Proudly supported by Superior Engineering, iTech World, and in part by...
They're like super aggressive, eh?
Yeah, and surprisingly still really quiet.
Yeah. Right, let's get these down, eh? These are sick. They look so small, eh, after you've been dealing with 35s.
Yeah.
All-terrain industries.
Cleaver RT, so KR601s, rugged terrain. Basically, the in-between of an AT and an MT. Gives you the aggressive look without having to sound like you're howling down the highway.
And these are like a 32 pretty much, eh?
Yeah, so 265 70-17, which is equivalent to 32.
Nice and legal. And they're set up as like a standard way of fitting a tyre, not a bead lock at the moment.
Ability to run bead lock, but you can still keep it legal, like on a vehicle like yours.
Yeah. They should fit perfect. Let's load them up.
If not, more lift.
Thanks, mate.
Easy, mate.
Appreciate
Enjoy.
it.
See you guys.
See ya. Right, back in the shed, and these things are so freaking nice. Have a look at them. Just to recap, we've got the ATIs in the hybrid 8.5 inch wide in a 0 offset. These are the Kenda rugged terrains. These things are super, super aggressive. Like, look at that tread pattern in there. Big, chunky, bloody meaty goodness ready to go on Alicia's car. Now I picked these rims up secondhand that are on there, but they are very similar size and they're rubbing. So while I've got the wheels off, I'm going to make some clearance with the grinder. Get these on. I'm freaking excited to see these. This car being white with the chrome trim definitely needed chrome rims. So let's get these on and see how they look. So we're pretty much running All-Terrain Industries wheels on all of our cars now. I think they just look the best, and Mitch and the guys there are really, really good people as well. So you want to support people that are, you know, nice and good businesses, which is why we also work with Total Tyres and Auto. Those guys are insanely nice and have always looked after us. So if you guys are chasing rims or tyres, definitely check out All-Terrain Industries and talk to Total Tyres and Auto to get them wrapped in some rubber. You can see where the tyre has been scrubbing on here. So I'm probably just going to cut, you know, on an angle somewhat there, take that bolt out, get rid of that, and then hopefully that fixes the rubbing. The worst part is the more you cut, the more places dirt and stuff can get in. So you want to make sure that you're not cutting too far into the body itself.
Ew.
Don't worry, he licks my face, then he licks his butthole, not the other way around. So with these center rings, what Lockie was pretty much saying is these are going to center the wheel on there, so then we can bolt it up nice and square and you don't need to worry about any vibrations. We're just going to find one that fits properly. These are all supplied through All-Terrain Industries as well, so if you do have a weird size hub, you can get all the rings with it. So this is going to go on the inside like that. It's just going to help center that wheel on there. Right, so you can see there we've got what looks to be enough clearance there. I can fit my fingers in, but when you go over a bump that comes down, we might just be hitting on that. That's one done. Go around, do the other side, and then probably get to the back. Looks so much nicer. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that what you say? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alicia's just gone inside, but holy crap, these wheels look so much better than these black ones. What do you guys think? Let us know down in the comments below. Do you like them? Chrome or black? I reckon chrome on the white with the LTR chrome bits. This looks freaking mint. Right, the back's a lot more straightforward because I don't need to do any cutting, but time to smash the back out. Get rid of these black, just like, that's a lot better. How good does that look? We've got full chromes right around on Alicia's new rig.
God, I've never had nice seals like this. They're so shiny. Thank you so much to ATI and Total Tyres and Auto. Everything will be linked down in the description for the products in the video, and I'm so ready to take it for a test drive. Let's go.
Right, we're taking it for a test drive. So far, there's only been a little bit of rubbish. I did also get the grinder out and chop a bit of the front section at home before we left. Road noise is like not even there, especially for how aggressive they are. Can hardly hear anything, eh? On to the next mods. All right, so next weekend we've got some more mods for Alicia's car. In the back here, we have a new roof rack. Now this is just like an El Cheapo roof rack that I bought online. It's one of the cheapest we could find. Alicia picked it up, so yeah, we are going to get this fitted today. We want to do a roof rack, and then inside of here I need to do canopy bracing, and then I'm going to build a roof rack for the top of the canopy because we are putting a rooftop tent on this bad girl. So we're going to get this out, get it installed. There is a bit of drilling through the roof and whatnot to do, so big job, but going to get it done. It's nice and light, eh? Right, so I'll show you guys a rack that we picked up. God, that's light. I'm so glad we went with aluminium. That is so light. Right, well this is the roof rack that I'm going to be putting on. It's a full aluminium rack. It's like half the weight of a steel one, at least. I didn't think it would be that light. Pretty much this is gonna come up here and sit in that channel like that. And then we'll have the roof rack sitting flat on that. Then once I build two little rails on here, I'll level that off with the roof rack, and then we will fix the rooftop tent to the canopy and just have it probably dangling over the roof rack. Well, that's the plan. Right, I'm gonna start by dropping the headliner down. Don't know if I have to go the whole headliner down or if we can just sneak in. That roof liner is pulled down enough for me to just sneak my hand under there and get to the nuts on the bottom. So I need to go ahead and pull the gutter rail out of there, and we can start mocking up where the rails are gonna go and start marking and drilling. That up there. That's pretty much how it's gonna sit, like that. 280 at the back. The further out you go, the bigger the gap at the front here. It kind of looks weird, but we can go way further back. Go back to here. It also allows it to look a little bit more streamlined because the more we have hanging out the front, the more gap we've got. So I think that's in the right spot. We're gonna start marking the holes and then we can get it all drilled, get it bolted in, roof rack done. All right, nothing like drilling holes in your roof, eh? Right, I've got all the holes drilled, so now I'm gonna go ahead and just paint these holes. And the paint is just gonna help that steel not go rusty, just in case a little bit of moisture gets in there. Right, the paint is dry, so now it's time to fit the bracket. Now, in order to stop the leaks, I'm going to be using just some black sort of Sikaflex roof and gutter sealant. I'm basically going to be siliconing the whole bottom of this, the two holes, plonk that in, tighten it up, and then do the rest of them, and then we can fit the actual roof rack. Put a fair bit in there. Right, that's the roof rails put back in. So now I'm going to get the roof rack rails and mount them to the basket. I've got to measure all this up to make sure that when I put it up there, it's actually going to bolt in and fit. Might even leave it a little bit loose, put it up there, tighten it all up, and then we've got a roof rack. I'm going to put every bolt in this, and then I can start measuring and adjusting it. Obviously going to leave the bolts loose and kind of move everything around, make sure the gaps are right on each side, so everything is nice and even. Right, the roof rack is done. It is absolutely solid as a rock and it ain't going anywhere. It is a little bit daunting drilling into a roof, but if you just take your time, you'll be right and you'll get it up there. So now I need to make the cross braces. So
This canopy does not have any internal bracing. If you didn't know, fiberglass canopies can't take much weight on the top here. You do have to internally brace them. We'll basically have to run a crossbar up the wall there and across and down, and then the same thing on the inside here. Then we bolt through the top to just some horizontal rails. So we'll have a rail probably about here and a rail about here. That'll support the rooftop tent, and then we'll level it with our roof rack so that the rooftop tent kind of sits, you know, somewhat level across the car. Like I said earlier, you can go ahead and buy the bracing kit, but it is over $600 from ARB for these two braces. So we're gonna make them ourselves. I got a bit of steel, just 40 by 40, and yeah, we're just gonna see if we can make it work. You shut the door? Yeah. He could literally play around in there for hours. I actually reckon that roof rack looks sick, eh? What a cool mod. And if we do a light bar just across the top there, I think it'll really tie it all together and it'll look absolutely mint. Right, it is now the next day. I'm gonna start making the canopy rack in order to fit our crossbars at the top so we can do our rooftop tent. So in here, what I'm thinking is, well, I don't actually know what I'm thinking yet, but I'm gonna have to obviously sort something out. That is 2 canopy braces fully welded up. I've gone ahead, sprayed them in black and braced up just the underneath here. Also rounded off the corner just so the corner doesn't point into the top of the canopy. I put some quite thick angle on here. Now these holes is what's going to bolt through the roof of the canopy here, and then that'll attach to the other rack that is going to come out here somewhere. The other thing I wasn't sure about is if this whole piece would be able to go in as one, or if I would have to cut it in half and then use like a bolt joiner up in there, which is kind of what they do with the kits that you buy. But I double checked that like 3 times. It is a bit of a squeeze, but I can get them up in. And when I say a bit of a squeeze, I genuinely mean a bit of a squeeze. This is gonna be a mission to get this in. But it does fit, I do know that. One thing you guys never get to see is how many times I actually take stuff in and out when I'm making it. It's like the 5th time I've put that in there. I did need to get the bar of prying because it did move as I welded it. I think that's pretty much in. So I'll get the other one in, then I can start drilling and bolting them in. That is all bolted in and it looks freaking mint. Saved ourselves some good money. Nice and strong, mate. There's 2 bolts in each corner, meaning it is friggin' strong, and it's bolted through this like angle stuff that is already here from the canopy. So everything is tied together and really, really stout. It's also going to give us a really good spot to mount some lights to, as well as anything else that we want to put in here. We could build shelving off here, brackets off here. Like I said, lighting, whatever we want to do, gives us a bit of a skeleton to do it to. So through those tabs I've mounted there, we'll be able to just drill straight up, put a hole in the canopy, and then kind of just like build our vertical roof racks off that. I've also set those holes to 900mm apart on both of them so we can make 2 mounts at 900mm, 2 rails. We might even make it sort of a box just to really tie everything together. Then when the rooftop tent goes on, I will kind of level it like that, make sure everything is bang on, because the rooftop tent's 2 meters long, so it's gonna kind of hang over our rack that we put on earlier. So yeah, it'll all start to come together, but that is gonna be it for today. I'm out of material and time, so see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about the roof rack and the car And the wheels. We done the wheels in this episode too, which turned out really good. And Alicia is nodding her head behind the camera because she loves them. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Don't know what I'll be doing, but I'll be doing something.